And the big question this afternoon, where is our money? That is what Detroit Public School teachers want to know. They called in sick and hit the streets to protest.
What a mess. The district says it doesn't have money to pay many for hours they are working now through the end of the school year. 7 Action News reporter Kim Russo has been following this story for us and joins us live in Detroit. Kim, this impacts a lot of people, so what's next?
It does impact so many people. We're talking about 46,000 kids in Detroit Public Schools, their families all impacted. About 3,000 teachers work at Detroit Public Schools. They're wondering not only if the district will exist after June 30th, but if they'll be paid for hours they're working right now.
I hear you! I hear you!
We've seen Detroit Public Schools closed for protests before this school year, but this one is different. The first called for by the Detroit Federation of Teachers. The district called it a sick-out protest. More than 1,500 teachers called in sick, forcing 94 out of 97 schools in the district to close. The union says it is not a sick-out protest. It is a lockout, that the district sent word it is out of money to pay for hours worked from last Thursday on by most teachers.
Every child has a right to a public education, but every teacher has the right to be paid for the work that they do. No one can expect us to work for free.
If I work for it, pay me for it. Here's what's happening. Most teachers choose to have the district withhold money from their paychecks to be paid over the summer. It makes budgeting easier. The problem? The district spent it. Without state action, the district runs out of money at the end of June.
Now you've taken that money. Where did it go? $30 million of our pension fund is missing. Where did it go?
I understand the frustration they feel, and I would like to do something about it. And I understand that they have to be paid for the work that they do.
The DFT called for a sick out. I'm calling for people to call Lansing.
DPS Interim Superintendent Alicia Merriweather and Manager Judge Stephen Rhodes said they are fighting to convince the state to give the district enough money to continue operating and paying all its workers. Teachers are not the only ones impacted. The union is calling for an audit to find out where the money went.
I have no problem and would welcome an audit. We don't have the money to pay for it. Audits are expensive. If DFT wants to undertake that responsibility, we would cooperate fully, absolutely.
Now, a forensic audit, it could easily cost 6 figures. So the question is, who would pay for that? In the meantime, a lot of people are saying, you know, these teachers should be punished, even fired, because they took part in an illegal strike. The union says no, they did not take part in an illegal strike. They didn't even take part in a strike. The union says when the district said, we don't know when the heck you guys will be paid or if you'll be paid if you're working right now, it committed an unfair labor practice. And because of that unfair labor practice, this is a forced lockout, not a strike. We'll see what a judge has to say. Reporting live in Detroit, Kim Russell, 7 Action News.
So Kim, what is next for the teachers? Where is their money? I mean, it is tough to expect them to work for no pay.
Right now, everyone is being asked by school leaders and by teachers to contact Lansing if they think that legislation should be passed to make sure that there is more funding for Detroit Public Schools. Because right now, DPS is out of money June 30th. And this week, teachers, they are going to be voting on whether or not to do another sick out next Monday. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. And if there are any sick outs or school closings, WXYZ.com and 7 Action News will let you know.
All right, Kim, we know you're going to stay on top of it as you always do. Thank you so much for the live report. Meantime, Governor Snyder spoke out about the school crisis during a visit to Flint today.
He says he's hoping to see legislative action soon.
We've been working on a legislative package. Whether you call it an emergency or not, this is a critical issue. And I've been saying that for a long time. We are seeing progress. Again, the Senate has passed out a package. It's in the House now. And I hope we see action this month. Clearly before the middle of June. We need to get something done here, and I've said that because a legislative solution is the best solution compared to the alternatives of ending up in court in some fashion.
Snyder went on to say that today's teacher sick out was not a constructive act.
Well, we got